All right, we're going to talk about AI today, but I can pretty much guarantee it's not in the way you're thinking about it. So, for a minute, let's just forget the chatbots and the image generators. We need to go a little deeper.
Look, right now, for most of us, AI is that handy little assistant that helps with our emails, or maybe it's that app on our phone that makes funny pictures of our pets. And yeah, that's cool. It feels like a neat little productivity tool. But what if all of that is just the absolute tiniest tip of a massive, world-changing iceberg?
Because some of the smartest people on the planet, they're not just calling AI new tech. No, they're putting it up there with the discovery of fire, with the harnessing of electricity. The question they're seriously asking is AI the single most profound invention in all of human history?
To even begin to understand why they'd say that, we have to look past our daily apps and into the places where AI is quietly kicking off a massive revolution. And that's in the world of science, where things are now moving at machine speed.
You know, for basically all of history, science has been a slow, painstaking grind. It's been all about trial and error, moving at human speed. But AI, it doesn't play by those rules. We are shifting right now to a world of autonomous, lightning-fast discovery that operates on a scale our brains can't even really wrap themselves around.
And this is the key. The big takeaway here is that AI isn't just a fancier calculator. It's a tool that actually amplifies intelligence itself. It's literally helping us overcome the limitations of our own minds, the very things that have been a bottleneck on progress forever. And this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept, it is happening right now.
Let's make this real. Let's talk about medicine and biology. For decades, we've been trying to figure out the incredibly complex machinery of life. And we've made progress, sure, but it's been slow. Well, thanks to AI, we are making this huge leap from just observing biology to actually engineering it.
And the breakthroughs are just piling up. Take something called the protein folding problem. It's basically this puzzle that stumped scientists for 50 years. 50! AI cracked it. And that one solution is unlocking everything else, from designing brand new drugs for diseases we thought were undruggable to creating enzymes that can literally eat plastic. And get this, we already have drugs that were discovered by AI in human clinical trials today.
And if you want to see the real-world impact, here are the numbers. Historically, getting a new drug through the first phase of trials was pretty much a coin flip, about a 55% success rate. With drugs designed by AI, that number is jumping to around 85%. That isn't just a small improvement. That is a monumental shift that will save time, money, and most importantly, lives.
Okay, let's check out our next case study, because this is where it gets even crazier. We're talking about something that sounds like it was ripped straight from a movie, the self-driving lab.
I want you to just picture a laboratory that never ever sleeps. An AI thinks up an experiment, a set of robotic arms actually carries it out, and then the AI analyzes the results and immediately plans the next experiment. It's this relentless 24/7 cycle of pure discovery. And these self-driving labs, they're real, and they're already finding new materials we desperately need. Things like better batteries, more efficient solar panels, you name it. And they're doing it by compressing decades of human research into just a matter of weeks. It's incredible.
So this insane acceleration in science, that's just one piece of the puzzle. The other piece is what happens to our entire economy when its most important resource, human intelligence, suddenly becomes incredibly cheap and abundant. Think about it. All the big tech revolutions of the past were about automating physical labor, muscle power. The AI revolution is totally different. It's automating cognitive labor, the thinking, the analyzing, the problem solving, all the stuff that basically defines knowledge work.
And the efficiency gains we're seeing are just staggering. I mean, look at this. In the legal world, a document review task that used to take a human lawyer 16 hours was completed by an AI in 4 minutes. That's a 99% drop. This isn't just about making things a bit faster. It completely changes the nature of the work itself.
Now imagine that kind of productivity boost, but scaled up across every single industry on Earth. The numbers get so big they almost seem fake. Top analysts are projecting that AI is going to add over $15 trillion to the global economy by 2030. To put that in perspective, that's like adding another economy the size of the entire United States to the world in less than 10 years.
This is why you hear these wild-sounding statements from people like Sundar Pichai. It sounds like an exaggeration, right? But when you start looking at the data, you get it. Fire and electricity changed what humans could do with their hands. AI changes what we can do with our minds.
So, okay, what makes AI so different? I mean, we had the internet, we had the personal computer. Why is this a revolution on a completely different level? Well, let's just break down the big revolutions. Electricity, that amplified our physical power. The internet, that amplified our access to information. But AI is the first technology in history to amplify cognition, the actual process of thinking, creating, and inventing.
And this difference really comes down to 4 special properties. First, you've got cognitive leverage. It literally makes us better at inventing things. Second, it's recursive. AI helps us build even better AI, which creates this insane feedback loop. Third, it's generality. One single AI model can jump from helping doctors to composing music to writing code. And finally, there's the speed. The time it takes to go from a research breakthrough to a product in millions of people's hands has shrunk from years down to just a few months.
So if all of this is happening, why doesn't it feel like a revolution yet for most of us, right? Well, that brings us to the final piece, what our world is going to look like over the next decade.
And the answer is pretty simple. It's all about exponential growth. We are sitting at a point that experts call the knee of the curve. It's that tricky spot where progress still looks kind of flat and linear right before it shoots straight up, almost vertically. You know, back in the day, most people saw the first light bulbs as just a toy for rich people, not as the force that would completely rewire the planet. We're at that exact stage with AI right now.
And the data, it shows that curve is bending up, fast. Just look at the progress we're expecting in only 2 years. On super complex math problems, AI is projected to jump from about 55% accuracy to nearly perfect. And on questions so hard they're used to test PhDs, it's going from really impressive to basically superhuman. That's not just progress, folks. That's an intelligence explosion.
This incredible pace is why the whole conversation is shifting to something called AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. We're talking about an AI with human-level intelligence across the board, and the timelines for this are shrinking like crazy. The median forecast from hundreds of experts now puts its arrival around 2031, and some, like Ray Kurzweil, think it could be here as early as 2029.
So we end up right back where we started, with a massive question. The Industrial Revolution completely reshaped society by redefining the limits of our bodies. We are now standing on the edge of a revolution that will redefine the limits of our minds. And what happens next is truly anyone's guess.